that I continue playing Valkyria Chronicles, and while I did say I was going to do a extra chapter this time, I figured, you know what, we're almost at the midpoint of the game, I'll do that after chapter 10. So we're going to do chapter 9, chapter 10 this week, hopefully then a bonus video after that. Also, we'll have a lot more skirmish missions to go through, and with the increase in ranks, we'll get through the earlier ones a lot easier. So, starting with this. I'm going to get one of them done this video, the one that I failed twice before to do in one turn, just because. I think this is a fairly short mission.
Welkin Gunther reporting, Captain.
Hey, Welkin.
You got called in too, Faldio?
I apologize for calling the two of you in on an off-duty day. Princess Cordelia has graciously extended banquet invitations to the three of us.
What? But why us?
News stories.
It seems you two will be recognized for your successes at Vassal and more recent ops. The event will be held tomorrow at the castle.
Hooray, we get all the reward.
Oh. I'm not really good with the formal stuff.
What are you, crazy? Do you have any clue how rare a chance to meet the princess is? They say that House Rangries, the Archdukes of Gallia, are descended from the Valkyria. If that's true, Princess Cordelia herself is a Valkyria, and we get an audience with her.
We could certainly use somebody on the battlefield with that level of power.
Yeah, I guess.
Just don't forget to wear dress uniforms, gentlemen. I'll meet you both at Castle Randgries tomorrow evening.
Yeah. So much for my plans to go birdwatching tomorrow.
Oh dear. Nope, can't get birdwatching. Instead, you must go to the castle, where something is happening.
I hope they don't mess this up.
Sorry to keep you, Captain.
I have to say, I don't like the dress uniform.
Goodness, Welkin, I hardly recognized you.
Yes, Captain. Alicia helped me get ready this evening. She kept punching me when I told her she couldn't come with me. I'm still sore.
Aha.
Well, consider it combat experience.
That's one way of putting it.
Wow, Welkin. No grass stains or anything.
Very funny, Faldio. Nice hat, by the way.
Yeah, I never did like the look of these ugly things. I've been boycotting them.
Hey, don't you all look nice?
I notice you're not in dress uniform.
Good evening, Miss Ellett. Here to cover the banquet tonight?
You know it. Apparently, an ambassador from the Federation's been invited to the party. I smell a plan to sign up an alliance between Gallia and the Federation at work here.
Well, considering we are both fighting them at this stage, and at this point the Federation has done nothing to us.
Gallia's national policy has always been to shun alliances and remain neutral.
But half our country is under siege, so...
I figure it's mostly the idea of Prime Minister Borg, Princess Cordelia's regent. He's using her youth as carte blanche to do whatever he and the other nobles want. With all due respect, the princess isn't much more than a mouthpiece for his policies now.
Ugh. We're about to attend a banquet, and now I've gone and lost my appetite.
It's about time to enter. Let's go.
And enter we shall. So, of course, the Grand Vizier has taken over the country. Hooray! Things are as they should be. Because everybody knows Grand Viziers are always evil. It's in the job description. So you want to be a Grand Vizier? Are you the most evil person in the country? Yes or no?
Thank you for your presence on this occasion. Might you grace this assemblage with a word?
Just the one, mind.
Honored ladies and gentlemen.
Too many words!
If I may, I appear before you today at the peak of joy. For now, two great powers join together. Gallia and the Federation pledge their allegiance as we seek to build together an eternal peace for Europa.
Know this. The honor of dear Gallia, in fact her very freedom, is currently under attack and hangs by the thinnest thread you can imagine. But while Princess Cordelia remains on the throne, she who is the scion of the Valkyria's ancient blood promise, no force on this earth will ever see this nation defeated. Is that not so, Princess?
Yes. I draw strength from the Valkyrian bloodline, and my heart is a repository of justice.
Well, if you have the same powers as,
I am nearly at a loss for words. The privilege of brokering peace with you, Your Highness, has been the greatest honor of my life, and I thank you for it. With bountiful stores of Ragnite, and your strategic position between East and West, you've become the foundation of Europa. In this time of peril, the Foundation is grateful, and happily joins hands in crushing the Imperial threat before us.
They just want to be sure they're the ones who control us when this is over. Make no mistake, the Federation would conquer Europa the same as the Empire. This is stupid.
It is hard to accept what he's saying.
As long as we fight as one, the Empire's forces will never be a danger.
We shall topple the Empire, and rid the world of their threat. And then we shall unify Europa and govern under our great banners.
well, enough of that.
All of Europa. Well, there's something we haven't heard before.
We're not fighting this war so we can invade another country.
Absolutely. All we want is to keep our homes and our families safe.
Now, my friend, let us put an end to all these formalities and raise a glass to honor this historic alliance.
Yes, a toast to the shining future that awaits. Cheers!
Cheers!
Cheerio.
Where are you going?
I've got a bad taste in my mouth. This is garbage. I'm out of here. I'm going home, Welkin. See ya.
Faldio?
Well, let's just see what Chapter 3 has to say about this. The Valkyrian bloodline.
I'm glad that's over.
We should be heading back soon. I believe the exit was this way. Oh!
Princess Cordelia!
I'm so terribly sorry. Are you all right, Your Highness?
Off with her head!
I am unharmed.
I cannot begin to apologize. Please forgive my clumsiness.
Do not trouble yourself. I bid you a safe return and a good night.
Your Highness, are you really in support of an alliance with the Federation?
Lieutenant Gunther, have you lost your mind?
Please forgive me. I'm aware that what I'm saying may be out of line. But seeing you tonight, I got the feeling that your opinion is being ignored.
I am still young. All political matters are handled by my regent, Borg. The protection of Gallia and of the Valkyrian bloodline is my fated onus. Their protection does not require my personal feelings. I need only live by the laws set forth by those who come before me. I bid you once more, good night.
Do you copy? It's me. The Mark is alone. Now is our chance. You know the plan. Have the armored car on standby. Once I have the Mark, I'll be there.
Plots and schemes.
Well...
Good night, Captain.
What? Varad! Terrible news!
General Damon, what's the problem?
Princess Cordelia's been kidnapped!
Kidnapped? It can't be.
Yes, it was that Federation ambassador. He was a spy all along.
So the Federation takes her under their protection, and Gallia along with her. Typical, considering the sorts of backroom dealings and extortion they've used till now.
So get on it! Verrat, you've got to get her back!
Understood. Lieutenant, gather your squad immediately.
Yes, Captain.
Doesn't mean going back to base and then going and picking them back up, but you know, dreams of a sky. This is a really short mission from what I remember of it. As long as we're careful.
Hey, Casey, what is that thing?
It's an airplane. The first test flight succeeded during EW1. Now research is going on all over the world.
Whoa, so this is what one of those things looks like. Man, I want up in one.
Oh, hello, Leon. Kreese?
Hey, Sarah, you got the day off. What are you hanging around here for?
Wait, let me guess. Are you building this airplane, Isara?
Yes. There's still a ways to go before it's complete, but the basic construction is done.
Leave it to you, Isara. You learned all this on your own?
I'm working from documents my father collected before his death.
That's amazing. I'm so impressed.
So where are you flying to once it's all done? Going on a trans-Gallian tour, maybe?
First, I'd like to take my brother up in it. Once, when we were young, he and I were out birdwatching when he mentioned it. That he wished he could fly like they did. That's my goal. I've been pursuing this project bit by bit in my free time.
Oh, that's real sweet.
Isara, can I ask you a favor? Please, let me help you build your airplane.
What?
I want to become an engineer of your caliber someday, Isara. I feel like watching you work would help me learn a great deal. Please, Isara.
Oh yeah, that's true. Hey, then can I help out too? Come on.
You don't mind?
Of course not. I may not look right, but I've been working my butt off in R&D for a while.
Of course. Well, thank you both.
And thus,
All
we're
right.
building a flying machine.
That's the emergency siren.
Doesn't sound...
What's happening at this hour?
Let's ready the Edelweiss. I'm sure that whatever it is, it's urgent.
Absolutely. I'll help you prep it.
Oh, sirens and alarms going off. The kidnapping of Cordelia. Let's start the mission.
We have an emergency on our hands. Princess Cordelia has been kidnapped by Federation operatives.
Okay, spread your soldiers out and stop that vehicle. And... So basically, we can't use tank cannons, lances, or grenade. So, really, at this point, armored car explodes, armored car reaches the harbour, Welkin dies, 20 turns pass. Yeah. So, for deployment. For deployments, the first one up here, and I think the critical person really is going to be Rosie. We shall put Alicia and we will put Largo in, even though we can't really use him, but he's worth a command point. And I'm going to put somebody with night vision, if we've got somebody with night vision. I'm going to put you in. Actually, no. I should have a city person, shouldn't I? No, maybe I don't. I should really adjust my people there, actually, at some stage. Next up, we need to put Alicia into the party somewhere for the extra command point. And over here, I doubt we're going to be using any of these people, but, you know, we might as well have extras. And we'll put another... Put Kevin in there. Alright. Deploy.
Your mission is to rescue Her Highness unharmed. Failure isn't an option on this one, soldiers.
Understood. Do not fail.
They can't get to the harbor. We stop them here. Squad 7, move out.
And cutscene.
To the harbor, full steam. The ship's waiting there to take us out of Gallia. Apologies for the cramped quarters, Your Highness. We'll have you comfortable soon.
Lieutenant, it's likely the ambassador has the princess with him inside that armored vehicle. Use firearms to stop it with minimal force, then recover the princess. Don't lose them. Tank shells, anti-tank lances, and grenades are off limits. You could harm the princess.
Understood, Captain.
Makes the Edelweiss kind of worthless, but you never know.
Welks, even if we can't attack with it, the Edelweiss can still block their path. Yeah, on a narrow road like this, there's no room to slip past a tank in your way.
Sounds like a plan.
Because of this, and because of where they are, they'll try to go down that second one, I think. And because of that, we're going to go straight into Rosie's turn. And I'm going to position Rosie into a position there. I might have...
unit sighted. Be careful, soldiers.
Let's say I might have moved her a bit far. But I'm actually going to call that a turn. And Rosie dodges. So, it's in position. As we can see, there are some soldiers around. Down those Federation soldiers. Oh, double shooting from him, but there shouldn't be a problem for us, really.
Go down!
Boom! And the scout is gone, and we killed the first Federation soldier of this campaign. I'm not sure 100% where you're going. Anyway, now we've got a load of time units. What we're going to do with this load of time units is go and issue an order. We're going to go for demolition boost on Rosie.
This is an order! Destroying the target is your top priority.
Thus, Rosie now does a ridiculous amount of anti-tank damage. Not normally something you would do, but you know.
New target
The weak spot is right there. Oh, it's a Lancer apparently for some bizarre reason. So we go and do this. It is one of the most simple missions you can do, and yeah. The problem is knowing that there's no way I can not do that. It's the problem with this one. But it's an easy A rank. And also it counts as a destroyer class, for whatever reason. But either way, we are successful. I suppose I could have used the rest of the time units to go and, well, the command points to go and sort things out and kill some more soldiers, but I don't think there's any elites or anything on this one.
Your Highness, are you alright?
I am unharmed. Oh, good.
Being princess ain't all fancy dinners, huh? Gotta be hard carrying a whole country.
Can it, Rosie? That's the Princess of Gallia you're talking to.
No, it's quite all right. She speaks the truth. As scion of the Valkyria, it is my fate to live and die for Gallia's well-being.
Are you sure that isn't just your excuse, Your Highness?
What?
If you label the status quo fate, you can run from the responsibility of changing it.
You too, Welkin. Have a little respect here.
Every living thing in this world struggles to live and pass life on to a new generation. They use all the instincts and animal wisdom they can just to live that one day longer. That powerful animal will to live is I think it's a beautiful part of nature. Your Highness may be descended from Valkyria, and that may carry a burden. The old ways and traditions you follow may be important to uphold. But I hope that you won't throw away the will to live your own life because of them.
That's enough, Welkin. Give it a rest.
Perhaps it is as you say, and I have been running from responsibility unknowingly. It is indeed mine to consider my life's role within the Valkyrian bloodline.
Your Highness.
I am most envious of your ability to speak your mind so frankly. But time enough remains to consider my role by my own will. Thank you for your words, Lieutenant.
Not at all.
What?
Oops, I hadn't meant to skip that, but yes.
Rumbling bellies are a clever bit of animal wisdom all humans share.
Off to the banquet!
Alicia, have we got anything to eat?
You bet. I brought some of the cinnamon rolls I baked this morning. Here you are, Your Highness.
And thus, baker by royal approval.
I have not had such bread before, but it is quite agreeable.
I'm glad.
All right, let's get Her Highness back to the capital.
And part 5, the award ceremony. We now start getting bonus medals, which are effectively achievements. I believe they do give miscellaneous benefits, and we can get some specialist equipment from this, but...
And so Princess Cordelia returned, safe through the efforts of Militia Squad 7. Its leader, Welkin Gunther, was celebrated as rescuer to the nation's sovereign, and awarded the prestigious Gallian Medal of Honor.
Lieutenant Welkin Gunther, step forward. For excellence in valor and deed, you are hereby awarded this honor.
You're definitely
Your
evil, sir.
Highness, please bestow the medal upon the young lieutenant.
Gladly. Congratulations, Lieutenant Gunther.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Though I have yet to reach an answer, your question drives me still. To understand my responsibility as sovereign, and as a single human life.
Your Highness.
Oh, and know that one tradition already lies sundered by my will. I had the cooks add cinnamon rolls to my daily breakfast.
Huzzah!
Alicia will be happy to hear it.
Lieutenant Gunther, you forget yourself.
Sir, my apologies.
With this, today's ceremonies are ended. Highness, would you grace us with a word?
Lieutenant Gunther, I hope your allegiance to Gallia stands firm evermore.
Yes, Princess.
Lieutenant Gunther, I am sorry. There is something more I have not told you. Please, be safe.
And thus we end the chapter, Fears of a Patriot.
Welkin, I'm coming in.
Sure, it's open.
Ooh, is that it? Not bad, man. You sure made a name for yourself this time.
It was pure luck I was there.
If you hadn't stormed out, it might be your Medal of Honor.
So have you seen the headlines? The ones that say nothing about the kidnapping? That reporter tells me Borg's the one pressuring the media into suppressing it.
But why suppress it?
If word got out about what happened, Gallia's relationship with the Federation would suffer. We've got our hands full fending off the Empire. We can't afford a war on two fronts. so he has the whole thing covered up. I'll bet he goes on acting like it never happened.
Wow.
Welkin, this hurts. It's painfully obvious how shaky Gallia's standing is. I know the world's history is an endless chain of big fish eating little fish. Both of us know the weak bow to the strong. It's history and it's nature. A minor nation like ours is an easy mark, even before you add the rift within our army. Welkin, no offense, but I hope nature's wrong this time.
I don't know what to tell you, Faldio.
Well.
Chapter 10.
Ooh.
Liberation of Fauzi.
I don't think I remember this one. I'm just trying to have a look at the map now. Oh, decorations. Once we achieve various things, we can go to the audience hall and pick up a load of additional upgrades. Cordelia awaits in the audience hall because we have... Let's just find this. Yes, decorations. Yeah. Okay, no, actually, I do have to go to the headquarters for this. Yeah, alright. Headquarters, we'll go and just get ourselves our medals, and then we shall move on. Audience hall. So next time we will go and sort out all of our experience and stuff.
Your Highness?
Very well, Lieutenant Gunther. And all the better for seeing you again. I thank you again for the valor you showed in assisting me that night.
Not at all. I was just relieved to see you were unharmed, Highness. It wasn't until I saw my friends gawk at that medal that I realized how special it was.
You truly are a rare individual. It is the duty of a nation to acknowledge and reward the loyal deeds of its people. Medals and trinkets are the only form we have, but we ask that you wear them proudly.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you, Your Highness.
I hear your accomplishments do not end with that knight's bravery either. The stories of your accomplishments suggest I owe you a great deal more than that.
Perhaps you do.
Lieutenant Welkin Gunther, step forward. In honor of your manifold accomplishments, you are hereby awarded this honor.
Highness, it's an honor.
Medals! We are the Lance of Gallia, as well as... the Crimson Heart? Oh, just those two. It will. It goes into the if you go into the decoration tab, it'll explain what you get those for. I will leave the rest, however, till next time, when we go into Chapter 10 and the midpoint of the game. So, until then.